Hi YouTube friends, welcome to another video. Today I want to share a resource. I recently got this series of DVDs called Legends of Jazz Guitar. Okay, and I wanted to talk about the first one. I originally got these in the 90s as VHS tapes, but there's three in the series. And I also got fingerstyle jazz guitar, the world fingerstyle jazz guitar. I got these for $10 each from Stefan Grossman and a little bit of shipping, Stefan Grossman guitar videos. I'm going to put a link in the description. I just got them again, like I said, because I had them on VHS. Okay, so the first video in the series features Wes Montgomery, Barney Kessel, Herb Ellis, and Joe Pass. And all of these players were born in the 20s. Herb Ellis born in 1921, Wes Montgomery and Barney Kessel in 1923, Joe Pass born in 1929. So these are old players. They all would have been, well, Montgomery would have been 100 and Barney Kessel last year on 23. Okay, so Barney Kessel is a very good player. He has some interesting strumming technique and he has some bluesy lines. Herb Ellis is from Texas and he has some bluesy lines. I like the way he plays through the chord changes. He has very good lines. But on the really top of the scale for jazz guitar legends is going to be Wes Montgomery and Joe Pass. Definitely two of my favorite players. I like to rate my jazz players and musicians by chronologically by decades sometimes. And for the 60s is Wes Montgomery is definitely one of my favorites, and for the 70s jazz guitar is definitely Joe Pass. So let me share a few things about him. I wrote some notes for so that I can so I don't forget. In these videos, Wes Montgomery, it's a black and white footage. It's in 65, and this DVD also has extra footage of Wes Montgomery in Belgium, another mini concert. After the hour you get another mini concert of Wes Montgomery of about 25 minutes or so. He's playing with a group. They're well rehearsed. He's in his prime. He's in his early 40s, and he is a master of playing the guitar. He angles the guitar a little bit like this and plays with his thumb going into the guitar, so his tone is very full and produces an excellent sound. He can solo in single lines, octaves, and also chords, and a lot of times he did that in his solos. He started with a single line, then he went to octaves, and then into chords. For the most part, he did that, except towards the very end of his career. I think he was more known to solo in octaves, but that was because the recordings were a little more commercial. But he is an excellent player. I really recommend listening to him in this DVD if you can get it, or just look for YouTube videos too if you can find some good ones, Again, he's very melodic. His solos are very connected. He plays a motif and then goes with it. He's very melodic, Wes Montgomery. Okay, now I want to say a couple of things about Joe Pass. Joe Pass, he has two songs that he plays in this DVD. The first one's the blues. He starts rubato and then he goes into more of a rhythmic thing. He does some strumming. He plays chords, single lines. It's sort of a very playful sort of song, and it's very bluesy. It doesn't have a main melody, and he's just improvising basically. And then the other song he does is a Duke Ellington song called "Do Nothing Till You Hear From Me." He plays a little bit of the melody, a little bit of an intro, then he plays parts of the melody, and then he improvises beautifully. The way he swings, very relaxed. Joe Pass is one of my favorite players, like I said. So I really recommend these DVD. You get all four players, Kessel, Montgomery, Joe Pass, Herb Ellis here, and you get a chance to see kind of the different styles and the different ways of playing. There's a duet with Barney Kessel and Herb Ellis. Joe Pass plays by himself with a tuxedo to a group of people, just his amp, his guitar, and then a chair, and him playing for like in a club. It's it's an interesting, setting. Definitely, most of these videos where I wrote some of the years here. Oh, the Bernie Kessel videos are in 73, 79, so you get to see how people dressed in the 70s. It's an interesting. Wes, when he's playing, they all have suits and ties and stuff, and a lot of these videos go into the 80s, from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Okay, so I really recommend it. Like I said, not everything is free. If you can afford it, if you're in America for $10, this is a great buy. And I wanted to share that because I'm really into jazz, and I want to share, some of my favorite players with the people following me on the channel, and we'll see you in the next video. Get back and be blessed. Bye.